Today's news, breaking! Infinite SUNGKYU fractures ribs, may not participate in comeback.
We have some health news to report on the K-pop front that some of you might have already heard about. SUNGKYU from the K-pop boy band Infinite has fractured his ribs and is not going to be able to participate in upcoming activities. I just want to read a statement from his entertainment company. SUNGKYU cannot dance to the choreography due to severe pain in his ribs. Due to the fact that he will not be able to dance with his members, we are probably going to have to change the content of the music video. I think at this point it should be noted that he broke his ribs on Korean TV. I don't think I've mentioned that yet, and that is what is going on here.
Yes, as of February 2017, it was announced that SUNGKYU was going to be an MC for the show Cinderella, which is a singing show where people compete and sing for food.
If you go online, he's actually been on that show not as an MC, but just as a participant singing, and there's a lot of clips on YouTube of him singing on this show. I went looking to see, because they said he broke his ribs on the show. If that clip is on YouTube, I don't see it. I mean, there's so many clips of him on Cinderella. If I were to go through all of them, I was buffering through like 4 or 5 to see if, but he's just singing. I don't think the clip of him breaking his ribs is on there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually been put out, and I don't know if they're actually going to air that clip, because if they were smart, they probably wouldn't show somebody actually breaking their ribs on live TV. You know, it's not live, but pre-recorded television. And
they do pre-record a lot and then put it out later. It all looks live, but a lot of it's probably recorded a month or so, or maybe more in advance.
The important thing to know is that this is a reality type variety show, which Korea is very well known for, but a lot of their reality variety games are extremely physically intense, and that's one thing that totally gets overlooked.
So now, when looking at the clips that I saw on this show, there's no activity at all. There was a little bit of eating, but it was mostly just singing, the clips that I saw.
Well, they also have a thing called the bar game, which is what people are assuming he actually broke his ribs or fractured his ribs. They're calling it an actual stress fracture, I heard, at least one source quoting it as. The bar game, essentially what it is a high bar, like a big giant pull-up bar, like you would see on a playground, and you have 2 people, one an MC and one a guest, basically go up and try to pull the other person, knock them off of the bar.
But one person's just hanging in and the other person's trying to knock them off.
Well, maybe they're hanging, maybe they have their arms over it and their ankles like a koala bear, and they're trying to like take their ankles and push the other one off. It's very physically violent.
You mean what you're describing in that case is they could have been hanging upside down?
They could have been hanging upside down, yes. I've seen the game.
Well, if he would have fallen off the bars, he'd fall right on his head.
Well, they have padding underneath.
He'd still fall on his head on the padding. I mean, that's very dangerous.
Welcome to Korean variety shows, okay? They are physically intense. Running Man, for example, has a lot of physically intense stuff.
That's a little bit of a different type of show, though. They're out in the field doing all these different activities and challenges, and so that's sort of to be expected. When you're in the studio and they're doing these challenges in order to get a meal or eat some food.
When people would have get-togethers for business or business getaways, I saw it a lot at MT.
What'd you see there?
There was a lot of physical activity type
Give
things.
an example, like what'd you do?
Including wrestling. I mean, some of it would be like really simple games, like the balloon game where you tie balloons to your ankles and then you wrestle to try to pop the other person's balloon. Like those type of activities, those types of get to know you, bond together games. But sometimes they become very violent in Korean culture.
Well, and also alcohol is always involved in just about everything but a Korean TV show. So no alcohol involved here. I'm just glad that I guess he's going to be okay, but this really does throw off the entertainment company's plan to shoot a new music video because they're releasing a new song upcoming. Rib fractures are very painful.
Yeah, they're saying that it's too painful for him to dance properly, and so they were supposed to actually film their music video on March 30th, actually, March 30th, but they had to totally revamp the entire concept.
This is a big setback for Infinite because Infinite's starting to get a little bit on the older side and they're still very popular. This comeback's very important for them. I'm assuming or presuming. And SUNGKYU, on top of all of it, the leader and the lead vocalist of the group, they are expecting him to be there. I mean, he's probably not only doing the main singing part for the new song, but SUNGKYU breaking his ribs is like, oh, I'm sure everybody's just like, you know,
well,
no, this is really terrible. This is not what we wanted.
No, it's not good, and they have upcoming Japanese promotions in April and Korean promotions in May that have already been scheduled. They're saying that he's probably going to only need around 2 weeks to heal since it's a stress fracture and not a full-on major fracture. From the one source that I found that was saying it was a stress fracture. But even so, they need to take it easy. You know, he's 28 years old, 27, 28, and he needs to heal his body. Infinite has a history of having physical problems and carrying on and making music and performing regardless, but I really hope that they rework this to SUNGKYU's health advantage.
Who's a fan of Infinite? How did you feel about SUNGKYU breaking his ribs? How did you feel?
I felt pretty devastated because I really feel for him. He's a singer, and if you're breaking your ribs, it's gonna hurt to sing. And like for me, I recently hurt my arm and I'm trying to paint, and it's frustrating. I can't even put myself in his shoes.
I hope that he can heal up quickly. 2 weeks kind of sounds a little bit on the short side, but comments down below. What's your reaction to this? Click the like button right down there. Thank you so much for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to Kgal, and don't forget to subscribe for more HallyuBack news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.